This short video will give you an explanation of how to work with the CycleFit.nl Framefinder software. First you log in and arrive at this starting screen. I'm already logged in. And there's a few options. The easiest is to go to My CycleFit and go to New Measurement. In this screen we can select what we want to do with the customer. Do we have the customer data already? Then we can search for an existing customer and start typing the name here. Do we want to create a new customer or client? We can push the new client button and generate a new customer. Do we have all those data and just want to do a kind of quick analysis, a quick frame finding thing? We can also use the quick start button where there's no customer created, but we can find the measurement back. I will use that for time purposes. Then we have 4 different measurements. This is the static measurement for, let's say, a Dutch bike, a normal bike. There's the static one for the road bike, mountain bike, etc. This is a specific cleat measurement, but now we are focusing on the Framefinder. So we select Framefinder and we get into the input screen. There we first select the type of bike, which is necessary. Not for the measurement itself, but it is necessary because we want to select a frame. We don't want to select mountain bike frames if we are focused on road. So we select road or race. In order to find the right dimensions, we have to know how we measure. So the first thing to select is how do you measure the reach of the position. Do you measure till the stem? Do you measure till the drops? Or do you measure till the levers? If you measure till the stem, you have to make sure that on the final bike there's the same handlebar and levers as there is on the bike you did the measurement on. If you measure till the front, you need to input the shape of the handlebar. If you measure to the grips, you need to input the shape of the handlebar and the type of levers, which you can easily do. If I select this, you'll see 2 new things appearing, and we can select the handlebar out of our huge database, or we can enter manually the reach and the drop of the handlebar. The same is valid for the shifters. There's the different shifters there. We can also do enter manually, where we have to put in the kind of reach of the shifter. The shifters, usually the database is pretty complete. The handlebars, we are never 100% complete because there's so many on the market, and especially with OEM bars, it is difficult to have them all. To make it easy, I will do the center of the stem in this measurement. Then you can adjust the angle of the stem. Obviously, if you have somebody who sits really low, it might be a good solution to play a little bit the angle of the stem. Standard, so the default is -6. For the setback of the saddle, there's also the question, how do you measure? Do you measure from the nose of the saddle till the center of the bracket, or do you measure from the middle of the saddle? Where the middle, we define the middle as the place where the saddle is 7 centimeters wide, which usually is the same spot as the middle of the rails. Since we take into account the rail height, it is always better to select the saddle you're using. If the saddle is not in the list, please make sure you fill in the saddle length. But also the database of saddles is pretty complete. Then we actually go to the measurements. To make the system easy, we have put in some tools that are used quite a lot of times. For example, if you put in the purely custom XI tool, you basically can read the X saddle, the I saddle, the X handlebar, and the I handlebar. You put them in centimeters, the system automatically corrects for the way purely custom measures. The first one is if you really measure it by tape measure. There we don't ask for XI coordinates, but for saddle height, for setback of the saddle, for the distance between the saddle and the handlebar, and the drop of the saddle handlebar. If you use a fitting bike, the purely custom standard in there, Shimano standard in there. In this case I will use the bike settings tools, which is a kind of luxury XI tool. Put in the dimensions in centimeters. Then we have the data. Then we select the brand which the customer is interested in. For example, a Specialized. But at the same time we can also put a Cervelo in there. The new S5. We can put a Focus in there. We can add some more frames if we would like, till maximum 5 at the same time. We can make a command, which makes it easy to find back the measurement, and we go to next. Then the report is generated, and the report shows for every frame size of the selected frame what you should do. So there's the frame size, there's the reads and the stack of the frames, which basically come out of the geometry table from the manufacturers. There's the stem lengths. There's two different stem lengths. The stem length measured along the stem and the horizontal one. For -6 degree stem they're pretty close together. For -17 degree stem this should be a lot longer than this one. The height of the top cap is basically explained here, is the distance between the bottom of the stem and the top of the frame, so the amount of spaces you would need. The overhang of the seat post is the amount of seat post visible, which is not a thing you use in adjusting the bike, but it's important for the visibility or for the visual aspect. The setback of the seat post, for that we take the line through the seat tube, and this is how far the center of the saddle is behind or before the line through the seat tube. So in this case, in the Stork with the smaller sizes, the center of the saddle is actually behind the line. The bigger sizes it's before. That's because the Stork changes the seat angle with the different frames. In this way you can easily select the frame and the components you want to use. Thanks for your attention and good luck with the system.